Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing card of the day. I didn't do one for 7-3 because by the time I was ready and had time in the day to do them, not only was I really tired, but literally the fireworks, just like random people shooting them off, started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, when it was still daylight out, and it was like every 20 minutes, somewhere between like every 10-15 minutes to every like 40 minutes, another like single one would go off, and it was just making me completely mental, and it's not a good state to try to do tarot and have random loud noises echoing off the box canyon every time I try to do something. So it was not a good time. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning here on the 4th, and I'm like, oh, I better get this done because I do not want to do it during the day when there's going to be noise again, like all weekend. Oh, yes. So I'm doing the card of the day here kind of early. I'm using, after not doing one for a day, I'm using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot again because all of my other decks are currently in use on my table over there, in preparation for the bi-weekly astrology. I've got I've got all the cards set out. I've got the piles arranged and with their little marker cards on them, and I'm going to get some sleep before I read those, but they're all set up. So the only one I have left is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and even though I used it a couple times this week already, I'm going to use it again. It's the only one left. I don't actually mind that I don't have that many decks because I'm still learning the Lenormand. What was the other one I got? I bought another deck. Two decks. Oh, the other one was the heart cards. The heart-shaped ones. And then I made a deck. I want to get those elemental hexagons. But I am poor this month, so I can't get them yet. Plus, they're hard to find. Hopefully you can hear me over the air conditioner back there. I turned it down. It's kind of steamy. I'm still trying to get a card out here. It isn't just me babbling and shuffling the cards, but so I haven't had my nerves tweaked by loud noise that bad since I was working in the deli and had to help serve someone with a screaming kid for 5 minutes. It makes me want to break windows and strangle things. Okay. So we have Healing, number 9, but it came out inverted. So this deck's major arcana are a little bit different. Oh, it's 11, my bad. It's because it was upside down in his Roman numerals. That's an 11, not a 9. Isn't that silly? This is giving me, like, Super Pentacles vibes here. But this guy looks more like a king than a page. He looks like one of those, kind of like the figure from the council card in the words. This is what happens to me. I have like noun retrieval issues sometimes. I can see the thing, but then it's like the interface breaks down. The council in the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. It looks a little bit like one of those people, or beings. So it's a little bit magician energy. So the major arcana in this is a little bit different. To me, this is sort of like the hermit and the magician mixed together. I know that this is not coming in very well on this screen. Also, these are shiny, so there's like an extra layer, and it doesn't look as green as it is. This guy is like sort of lilac colored rose, blue, there's green over here, green up here, there's a frog, and another frog here. And there's 3 frogs, and a serpent of some kind on the staff. Yeah, and there's a pentacle on there as well. That's interesting. Lush greenery. And a river. Looks like a river runs through it. Okay, this came out inverted though. I think I'm getting this idea that there's sort of a resistance to healing. This idea of like being underground. It's like I'm getting someone is struggling with self-love, so their healing isn't complete yet. But I feel like these frogs here are they're reminding me of the frog card in the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. The frog card is representative of someone who needs to go to water to replenish and like wash other people's energy off of them. Very empathic. You know, the idea is that, you know, the frog is good to do work for a while, but they need to retreat back to their home territory to regenerate their energy. Being amphibious and starting in the water, it's sort of representative of someone who's extremely emotional but sort of goes around on dry land as if they're a little like stone cold, kind of, you know, like a not like abrasive, but sort of like, I can handle anything, I am a rock, I am an island. And that's not necessarily the case, which is interesting because there's a Celtic knot carved on this rock here. It's sort of a megalith unto itself. And the frog on that is sitting on like a little rock chip. Like a chip off the old block or chip on the shoulder. And I get this idea of, like, if this was the hermit coming out into the daylight, and it's coming inverted, it's like a little bit gun shy to come out into the daylight. A little bit of daylight coming, me want to go home. Again, it's this struggle to sort of, it's like uncloaking yourself, letting people sort of see you for who you really are, and this idea of wanting to stay in the darkness, and it's kind of like throwing a pity party, but it's sort of like, I went out and peopled and now my feels are hurt, and I need to lick my wounds for a while longer. But it's sort of like, I know it's kind of crude. What movie is it? What movie is it? It might be The Long Kiss Goodnight, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. There's this guy who's some kind of operative or intelligence guy, and the phone rings, and he answers it, and he turns to his wife, who's got a dog on her lap, and he's like, I don't know if her name's Martha or what. He's like, Martha, please, your dog. And she's like, what? And he's like, it's been licking its asshole for 3 hours. What either is in there is gone for good, or it's there to stay. And like this idea that like licking your wounds longer than you need to to resist the completion of healing and allow that timing and that new beginning to come in is kind of the same. So that's what we have. And I just, oh, I keep seeing, I'm gonna go get the book, hold on. Hang on a second, I gotta dig some shit out. No, where is it? I need it. There it is. Okay. Ta-da! This is a little bit about not necessarily interacting with somebody as who you really are. So here's the frog and a rock here. Frog and a rock here. And there's a particular image in this book that keeps coming to mind, so I just need to find it. Some really good artwork in these books. Where is it? There we go. That's the one I was thinking of. I think that's actually cheese or something, but I always imagine him stuffing a big fat piece of cake in his mouth. He's just trying to reason with her and be like, I can't deal with your, like, lack of empathy. You killing me, Smalls. And then, you know, she finally sort of gives in to the frog's demands, which would be, in this case, would be advice. Frog's advice. And then he sort of ends up at sort of dreamy 70s looking prince here. Let's see if I can get him in the camera better. Kind of looks a little bit like this guy. So historically romantic, but not really. So anyway, it just reminded me of this book, Well-Loved Tales. But the main idea is like a resistance to healing. Where it's almost like the character here is a combination of the princess and the frog. They're like I don't want to do this. Like, I am not going to associate with those people, or they're beneath me, they've wounded me, I'm not gonna do it. Like, how dare they? Like, I'm a victim, I'm inconvenienced. But it's also this real thing of being sort of emotive and tender-hearted and not knowing how to actually move through it, just instead of just putting up a strong exterior. Because if the tower comes down, that wall's coming down too. A little bit of Pink Floyd essence in there. So when the healing, when you do allow yourself to sort of naturally heal and just kind of let everything wash out of you, which is sort of the name of the game for Cancer right now. This is what's going on. It's on the bottom of the deck. Oh, see the child? Number 1, starting over, letting yourself feel fresh and revived. This is the Magician in this card, and I'm saying he looks like a cross between the Hermit and the Magician. So, there you go. Inverted, it is kind of that 9 energy. Literally, especially because I read it the wrong way. So if you want to get a reading, or if you want to purchase my actual art items, prints, merch, coloring books, and so on, I have a list of everything that's available, the readings and how much they cost, in the description box of my infomercial video, which is going to be linked below this one, or you can email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com, and I'll get you that information there. If you want to help keep this channel running, donate, energy exchange, you can hit that tip jar, paypal.me/CATtheMinion. I also have Cash App and Venmo. Those are both CATtheMinion as well. I would implore you to check out my playlists tab for more card of the day and some other kinds of readings. And again, like I said, the bi-weekly astrology. My thing froze. The bi-weekly astrology is going to be up as soon as I get it done.
We'll do the reading tomorrow, and then whenever it's done compiling the segments from my camera,
I'll put it up. So sometime in the next couple of days, it'll be on there. Yeah, that's it. See you later. Bye. Stay groovy.